Hello there and welcome. Yes, we are Geeks Assembled and we have assembled here today. And there's quite a few of us today. Yeah, we've got Jason, Alex, Susan, Kevin, Beef Dad, Brian, and our very favourite person from Hull, we got Lee. We got Lee. Sorry, he wasn't available. Anyway, we're here today to talk about Flash Gordon. Yes, Flash. That's enough of that anyway. And let's have opening thoughts. See what the guys think. Just opening thoughts. And who wants to start first? We'll start off with Susan because she's flashing away there. So go ahead, Susan, opening thoughts.
Well, I love this movie. It was really incredibly exciting to watch it again. I thought that it was amazing that the cast was groovy. So many groovy people in the cast. And just two that I'm going to mention just as opening thoughts are Brian Blessed.
Gordon's alive.
And Timothy Dalton. So yeah, those are my two that I'm mentioning right now. And so yeah, I like it a lot.
Let's go to Kevin. But just opening thoughts, Kevin, you looked a bit surprised there.
Yeah.
You forgot you were in the group.
No. Well, this is the first time I saw this movie, and I knew it from the movie Ted. It was mentioned in there and stuff. So yeah, I watched Flash Gordon movie and I liked it. Timothy Dalton and Hawkman and the Emperor.
Did the guy not cameo in Ted? Didn't he? Did a cameo in it? Didn't he?
Yeah.
Was that Ted too? Yeah. The person who plays Flash Gordon, he cameoed in it, didn't he?
Yeah. So yeah, that's all my opening thoughts.
Let's go to Lee since he's unmuted himself and poking away there.
I found this an enjoyable movie back in 1980, and I still find it enjoyable today. It's camp, it's comic strip, it's everything you want it to be, and it's just an awesome soundtrack. It's a good hour and a half fun adventure. That's my opening thoughts. Really, and very, very, very colourful movie.
Well, I don't know what was camp about it. I didn't see anything that was camp in the film at all, Lee.
A lot of lycra.
Well, are you talking personally or anyway? Let's go to Brian for opening thoughts. Let Lee keep his personal life to himself. Brian, are you awake? Just opening thoughts. We'll go to character.
Sorry, I was just doing a little math on a calculator. Anyway, what I think about Flash Gordon is, I honestly love this film. This is probably my third or fourth time seeing this film. And it's honestly enjoyable. I enjoy every minute of it when I watch it. The story is great. The characters is great. The actors is great. The guy who plays Flash Gordon is, I think, perfect for the part. My absolutely favorite, though, within the movie is probably same as Susan, Timothy Dalton. And the only thing I would have to say about the film, which is it's not technically a bad thing. I just find it a little bit funny because it's the effects. It kind of looks so cheesy. I mean, I know this is an 80s film, but it looks so cheesy sometimes with the effects, and it's a little funny sometimes. But other than that, I do enjoy the film. It is absolutely 100% enjoyable and fun to watch. I love it.
I would say the effects of it fit the film, I would say. Let's go to Beef Dad for opening thoughts.
I watched it when it first came out. Loved the soundtrack. I mean, the soundtrack by Queen is just incredible. It's basically Spot the Star. It's just an incredible cast. Absolutely incredible. I mean, you've mentioned Brian Blessed and Timothy Dalton, but I mean, Max von Sydow, who's recently done the Three-Eyed Raven in Game of Thrones, but I always remembered him for playing Jesus Christ in The Greatest Story Ever Told. Topol, doing Zarkov, suddenly became a big star. Peter Wingard from the old 70s television series. Richard O'Brien, who went on to write probably one of the best-selling musicals of all time. I mean, even Robbie Coltrane turns up in this. Deep Roy turns up in this. Philip Stone turns up in this, who's also done Doctor Who. And John Osborne, the playwright, turns up in it. It's just extraordinary. It's a great story. It's brilliantly told by Dino De Laurentiis, brilliantly directed, super done, colourful, so colourful. The colours, so much red and gold. It's just incredible. Yeah, love it.
You can't beat a bit of red and gold. No. Let's go to Alex for opening thoughts.
Okay, yeah, I mean, it is campy, but then it's a sci-fi thing, but it's enjoyable, and the soundtrack is enjoyable. I even forgot that Robbie Coltrane was in it, and of course you have Dalton and you have Topol. I forgot his name. So yeah, you have a lot of famous people in it. You know, there's parts where it's cheesy or parts where a few actors overdo it, but it's pretty good.
And Jason, opening thoughts?
It's a great film. Definitely with some great actors. I know some of you haven't mentioned a few of them. One of them's Kenny Baker, who played the dwarf, one of the dwarves. Also, Jim Carter, who also played the Elzerwana man. I cannot pronounce that right. But Deep Roy as one of the Princess Aurora's pets. Definitely great actors in this movie. Great effects. I mean, even if the effects are a bit corny, I love the effects. I mean, I love how the sky looks and all that. I'll definitely get to the favorite scenes later and all that, but it's definitely a great, perfect film.
Yeah, we'll move on to favourite scenes now, but I've seen this film loads of times over the years. It's just an enjoyable watch. It's fun. I mean, it's just a good, fun watch. You can't take it too seriously. And I love the campness and the cheesiness and the bright colours. They don't make enough of these films like this, do they? We need to make more of these films. We need more films like Flash Gordon. So let's go into favourite scenes and characters. So who wants to go first for favourite scenes and characters? Maybe Susan, since you're unmuted, Susan. You might as well go first.
All right. My favorite character must be, well, now that you mention it, Topol as Zarkov was so good. He played all of his part well. I mean, he was brilliant, and then he was like he faked his mind control thing and his and he just did so well. I mean, it was so amazing. So yeah.
What about favorite scenes?
Favorite scene, I'll when the warship Ajax is running into it was very like the warship is very phallic and the city had an opening anyway. It was that was a very funny moment for me.
And let's go to Beef Dad for favourite characters and scene.
Oddly enough, my favourite characters in this all tend to be villains.
Yes.
Peter Wingard playing Clytus. He's just so brilliantly, incredibly evil. And Maria Angela Milato playing General Carla, who takes over when Clytus is dead. She also is just so incredible. She's just such an evil bitch. She does it, and she does it so brilliantly well. And of course, my favourite scenes when Clytus gets his on the platform and is thrown onto the spikes by Flash, and the way he sort of leaks out on it, and then the eyes pop out of that gold mask. It's just brilliant. And General Carla, when she's killed, she lies there, and you just see this black seeping out from her as her body just collapses. A bit like the witch in The Wizard of Oz, actually.
Yes.
The way she sort of just disappears, leaving just the uniform and a patch of black. Those bits really got me. And the tree trunk on Arborea, and John Osborne playing the Arborean priest. It's just a little bit of magic.
What about Kevin for favourite characters and scene?
Oh, I like the scene, of course, when the guy with the mask is thrown on the spikes. You see all those ghost fins growing out. And I like the end scene, the end fight with the Hawkman. So yeah, those are my favourite scenes.
Brian, you're up next. Favourite characters and scenes? Earth to Brian. Oh, you are there.
I'm here. Well, my favorite characters would probably have to be probably Flash Gordon himself and Timothy Dalton. So
you love Timothy Dalton, don't you, Brian?
A bit of Baron.
Yeah. What about your favourite scene? Have you got a favourite scene?
And my favorite scene would have to probably be I think my favorite scene would probably when the fight between Dalton and Flash, like on the round thing, it keeps turning and over with the spikes coming out, and also probably the end fight, like where everybody tries to come to get together and everything, and just kick ass mostly. So yeah, that was probably my my two favorite scenes within the film. So.
Oh, Susan, one of your bulbs is gone. One of your bulbs is gone. Oh, I feel sad now. Oh, we'll have to have a minute of silence just for the bulb. Anyway, let's go to Alex for favourite scene and characters.
Yeah, I probably have to say Dale and whoever, I forgot the woman's name that played Dale, and the Timothy Dalton character. And even Brian Blessed as one of the Hawkmen, I have to say it. And like I said, I didn't even realize Robbie Coltrane was in it. As far as a favorite scene, I mean, you know, I've always liked the theme song. I mean, the theme song was always good. And
yeah,
that's you know, that sets up the movie, and it's sort of triumphant.
Would you like to sing us a bit? Alex, while we're here.
Not right now. I wasn't expecting that, but that's okay. That's okay.
Oh no!
It's not
Oh
me.
no! Come on.
Too
You got to
hot,
be better than
Brian.
Brian. I mean,
But no, it's okay. You know, you guys can look it up on YouTube if you want the song.
will you do it for our YouTube Red subscribers?
No, they can look it up. I wasn't expecting that.
You can look it up. Let's go to Jason for favorite characters and scene, or scenes, however many he likes.
Well, there's quite several scenes I like, but the actors first. Prince Bolton's one of my favorites. I mean, definitely a great character in the movie, especially with even the scene that I like with him and Flash going after the ship, and then this just that perfect part of the music with Queen shows up, and it's like definitely a perfect part of the scene with them just like hijacking the ship and taking down the guards and all that. That's one of my favorite scenes. Also, the one the Flash was playing football. I mean, I'm not a football fan, but the way he did it against the guards and all that, it was just funny. I mean, even especially with Prince Bolton knocking one of the guys on the head about a couple times. That was a bit of a funny scene, even tripping them. Also, my other favorite character in this one, I'm trying to remember with I did say Prince Bolton. I don't know. All of them actually did a pretty good job. I mean, all of them definitely did. All the actors on it. I mean, definitely perfect characters in this one. So yeah, I definitely enjoyed the movie. I definitely loved the effects in it. So yeah.
And let's go over to Hull. Not that anybody would ever want to, but apparently it's the city of culture. Yes, R.I.P. culture. Whatever happened to it, we will miss you, culture. Yes, well, once upon a time, the UK used to have culture. It did. And if you've never visited the UK, then it's completely gone now. Because the city of Hull is now the city of culture.
Anyways, what was the question again?
I can't remember. What were we doing?
Favorite scenes and favorite characters.
There we go. Favorite scenes and favorite characters. There we go. So I'm glad we've got Susan here. Thank you, Susan.
Yes.
Well, I've got to say, nearly every character in this movie is brilliant. I mean, I agree with Beef Dad. The villains are the best parts to play.
Yeah.
Ming, Clytus, Carla, brilliantly played by Sidow. What's his name? Forgot his name now. Peter. Yeah, what's his face? Department S.
Peter, what's his face?
Kitchen King.
Google it.
Peter Weingart.
Yeah, but brilliantly played, and it's over the top played by Brian Blessed as always. It's brilliant to see Brian Blessed on the screen at any time. The characters are just that. This is a living comic strip, and this is why it's so camp, so brightly coloured. I just love this. As for favourite scenes, just so many. It's been mentioned with the fight scene with Prince Baron and Flash on the rotating disc, the fighting football scene at the beginning, with all the guards and that lot. The execution scene as well of Flash is so brilliantly done. It's just only a short scene where they put him to the gas chamber, but that scene is just brilliant. And also the scene in the hall where one of the people hasn't any tributes to give to Ming, only his loyalty. And Ming says, "Fall on your sword." I mean, that is just so pure evil. That scene just played out there by Sidow is just brilliantly played. I also like the way this is very reminiscent of the 1930-40 serials. With, as it's been mentioned, the shape of the spacecrafts. It's very reminiscent of back then, of the black and white serials. And Sam J. Jones, who plays Flash Gordon in this, his facial features is very, very close to Buster Crabbe, who originally played Flash Gordon. So, yeah, I just love everything about this. Brilliant film.
Oh, so I'm sorry to hear that you didn't like it, Lee.
Yeah. I can take it or leave it. You know, it's nice to spend the afternoon watching a film like this.
Oh, for me, I have to say, I have to agree with Lee and Beef Dad. It is about the villains. For me, a film, the reason why I love the old Disney films, for example, is because I always love the villains the most. I always love the villains the most. Like the Evil Queen, you know, like in me and Susan, we watched Once Upon a Time, and I just love the villains. I just love an evil queen. I just love an evil bad guy. And I can see you there, Lee. And I love Ming. I just love the villains, and every scene with Ming, I love. And you know, the ring at the end. That's a really good scene. You know, that was also replicated in Doctor Who with the Master at the end of Series 3. Yeah, and Russell T Davies is obviously a fan of this film, and I can see why, because this is just an amazing film. So yeah, I mean, there's loads of brilliant scenes, but for me, it's just the ones with the villains are just always the best, because I always enjoy villains more than I enjoy heroes, and that probably says a lot about me. I think I need to go and see a psychiatrist. I'll be back in a bit. Anyway, let's go on. Let's go on to negatives. Does anybody have any complaints about the film? Who wants to start? Maybe you
Just
don't.
one.
Jason's shaking his head.
Just one.
Yep.
I just wish...
Not enough lycra.
No, I just wish that Sam J. Jones, who played Flash Gordon, didn't fall out with De Laurentiis, because there was a sequel planned.
Ah, was there?
And he fell out. He fell out with the producers of the movie, and before it was released, and so that scuppered any sequels for it to be made. That's why the ending was made like that, because they did have plans for a sequel.
And do we know what was going to happen in the sequel?
As far as I know, don't know, but apparently in production, some of Flash Gordon's dialogue was spoken by another actor because of the fallout.
Oh, Beef Dad, you were going to say something. Was you?
Yeah, there's a lot of stories for Flash Gordon. Lee's already mentioned the old black and white ones, which I used to watch in the Saturday morning cinema when I was a child, because they always had a serial. And there were an awful lot of stories that they could have carried on and done, and yet it was all planned. And because he fell out with the producers, nothing happened.
It's a shame.
They didn't even try to find another Flash. I think it might have been a bit difficult. Yeah, that was the only negative for me. There was the disappointment that
no sequel. Yeah,
no sequel.
Dolph Lundgren could have taken.
And of course, they killed off the Blue Peter presenter. So
Dolph Lundgren could have taken over.
Not with his legs.
Does anybody else have any negatives? Kevin, Brian, Alex, Jason doesn't. So no negatives about this film.
No.
This is looking good for the final reviews and scores, isn't it? Do we know how well it did at the box office then? Did it do well, or maybe you know?
It did well in Europe. It did really well in Europe. It didn't do so well in America. I don't know why, but
they got no sense of humour, them Americans, you know.
Yeah, but it was so successful in Europe on this side of the world that they could have done the sequel because of the success of it, but as we know, it didn't happen.
Well,
I bet it went down well in Russia.
Well, no, I mean, go ahead, Mike.
Yes, I hear Putin likes a bit of lycra.
It may not have gone down really well in theaters in the United States, but I remember the minute those premium cable channels were formed, they purchased, all of them purchased Flash Gordon, and so I must have watched it 200 times in the 80s on like HBO and Cinemax. Showtime.
Yeah, it's gained over the years. It has gained. It has become a cult film now. Everybody, just like the other cult movies out there now, it's gained its reputation as the years have gone by.
And it's on every year. It's on every year on some channel. It's just on every year, whether it be Channel 5 or whatever, or ITV3. It's always on. Or what's that one, Film 4? I mean, you can always find it every single year on British TV over here. Does anybody have any... Oh, Beef Dad, what was you going to say? You muted.
Yeah, it was nominated for two BAFTAs in England.
Did it win any?
Yeah, so yeah, it's
music. It won, did it?
One of the things that made it really popular, I would say, is probably the Queen soundtrack, because Queen had a massive following, and still do have, and the fact that Queen had done the soundtrack to the film really made it so popular in this country, in England.
Do you know, it probably wouldn't be, having that soundtrack and having Queen do it just takes it to that next level, doesn't it? It just takes it to that next level. If it didn't have that, I don't think it would be, it would still be a good, enjoyable film, but I think it just takes it to that next level.
But also as well, if you through the film, if you notice, most movies with the music is sort of subdued, isn't it?
Yeah.
This Queen music is at the forefront of everything,
and that's what's so brilliant.
It leads the movie.
I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, Queen are one of the greatest bands of all time. Of course, you're going to have them at the forefront.
Okay, so it basically was De Laurentiis. They've been trying to do another movie version since 2015. They had a Canadian TV show, which was okay. I mean, it was a little bit more modern. I wouldn't say that it was great. Of course, the women had stronger roles.
Oh, that TV show, that new TV. Oh no, that was awful.
But I guess Flash Gordon's been around for a while, and I did watch the old serials. It only did about 27 million worldwide. It did do better in Europe. Of course, the soundtrack did better. Unfortunately, it was written by one of the script writers of Batman, and even he admitted that they didn't really know what to do with the script, and they were trying to make it humorous because they didn't want him serious, but then that kind of led to the campy style, and then they were trying to do so much at once. And the $20 million they threw at the movie, So I guess they should have had a slightly better script. They probably could have made it a little, maybe 2% more serious and toned down the acting a bit. But then again, it wouldn't have been a cult film, and it's a cult film. It's
impossible to turn down Brian Blessed, though.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't have been able to do that at all. Yeah.
Brian Blessed and the over-the-top acting just makes the film. I mean, if it was just boring old dialogue with boring old acting, it wouldn't work.
Well, the other thing too, Alan, not to interrupt, is remember that this was competing with Battlestar Galactica and Buck Rogers, so I think that might have turned some people away too. They might have said, "Oh, this is more of the same."
There's no wrong with Battlestar Galactica and Buck Rogers.
Yeah.
They're all right.
But there's that stereotype that's what science fiction is. So, it's still there a little bit. It's improved from back then, but there's still that stereotype that's what it is. Flashy costumes and over serious acting and things like that.
I always think that science fiction, it does better with a bit of campness in it anyway.
Right.
Yeah, it's got to have
you can't take it too seriously. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't take science fiction too seriously, you know.
I mean, even the Twilight Zone had some funny episodes. You know, they had to lighten it up a little bit. So,
well, we might as well go on to final say and score. So let's start off with Alex. The final say and score.
Yeah, I mean, again, I really didn't like the movie when it first came out. Loved the soundtrack, so I'd give that a 9. I'd say that the main, Topol, that is overdone. I mean, I know what he was trying to do, but that was overdone. I like Blessed and I like Dalton, and I always have. And almost all the roles that they've chosen I've liked. So I'd give the movie probably an 8 because of those two actors. In terms of the story and some of the women characters, it's a little... I think, like I said, I think it's probably because they weren't really confident with where they were going with it, and I think they were trying to appeal to all the audience while making it funny, and they probably should have tweaked it just a little bit more. So because of the two actors, I'll give it an 8, but if they weren't in it, I would definitely give it a 6.
And let's go to Susan before her batteries run out. Final say and score, Susan.
I will give this. I'll give this a 9.5 out of 10. Though I'll disagree with Alex. I thought that the acting was fantastic, and I thought that the tweaks that they made were great. I thought that they had made a brilliant package deal with the music, the colors, the creativity in the scenery, and the creativity in the script.
And let's go to what was your score? Did you say score?
Yeah, 9.5 out of 10.
9.5 out of 10. Let's go to Beef Dad in Germany.
Well, the soundtrack for me gets a 10. It's just one of those classic soundtracks. Score for the film itself got to be a 9.5. In fact, I'm bordering on a 10 with that.
Go on.
With the film. Yeah, give it a 10.
10.
I mean, for God's sakes, he's got John Osborne playing that priest. I mean, yeah, the man he's won an Oscar for screenplays, writing screenplays. I mean, the man is, and he was just doing a bit part. And another bit part, what's it called? The Sweet Transvestite from Transylvania.
And let's go to Kevin in the Netherlands. I feel like I'm doing Eurovision here. Let's go to the Netherlands. Let's go to Germany. If anybody gives it a new part, I'm going
to give this an 8.5 out of 10. Phenomenal film, and I'm going to probably get it on Blu-ray someday. So yeah.
Yep, and let's go to Jason for final say and score.
Great scenery, great acting. I mean, definitely loved the sky, showing how it was becoming wet in the beginning and all that, and just the sky was just look magical in a way, like all colorful and all that. Definitely like the parts of the landscapes of different type of planets, I guess what you call it. But yeah, great the fighting in it, great part of the scenes on it. Definitely love the music of Queen. I'm gonna give that a 10 out of 10. The movie itself, I'm gonna give that a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, another 10. And let's go to Brian for final say and score.
Well, I think my final say on the film would be probably a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, another 10. And let's go over to that place that we're no longer going to mention on here because it doesn't deserve to be mentioned. Lee?
Pardon?
I hope there's no one else from Hull watching this, otherwise they might be
please send all letters of complaint to...
Yes, send your complaints to Alex Backstrom.
Yes. Anyways, my go. It's a film with some wonderful quotes in it, like, no, not the ballworms, and Gordon's alive, of course. But for the soundtrack, that gets a 10. Queen, you can't go wrong. For the movie, for the brilliant storytelling, the brilliant campiness, the brilliant colorization of it, the sceneries, it's just the action, gets a 10. It's a classic.
There's always one who has to hate on it. Now for me. I just love this film. It's brilliant. I mean, it's just an enjoyable watch. You can sit back, you can forget about all your problems, all your worry. Your milk's running out, who cares? And you can just sit and watch it. you can sit back, put your feet up, nibble on a few things and a biscuit, and you can just see all the nice, pretty colours, and the soundtrack is awesome. You got Brian Blessed with Gordon's Alive. I mean, you can't beat it. I mean, this film is such a cult classic that when Brian Blessed goes anywhere, you watch him on the Paul O'Grady show when he used to do that, or you watch him on another interview, it's always Gordon's Alive. He's always asked to do it. Because that's how good this film is.
And he even admitted it. He even said, everybody asked me to do the Gordon's Alive.
Yeah. I mean, Brian Blessed alone gives this film a 10. And that's without the rest of the stuff in it. But it's just such a brilliant, fun film. I absolutely love it. I'm going to give it a 2. So, no, I'm going to give it a 10. No, I don't think anybody was listening then.
Whatever, Alan. You're giving it a 10.
Of course I'm giving it a 10. I'm with Susan. I'm giving it a 10. But Susan, you gave it 9.5. Come on, give it a 10.
All right, I'll boost it.
There we go. We got another 10. We're haggling here with the scores. Anyway, that's your lot for tonight. We're all off for a very long lie down. And Alex there, he's had a good time today. He's in the warmth. He's been invited in. He's got some shelter for tonight. And aren't you, Alex? You're all right there, aren't you? Yeah. No, he's happy. We're all happy. I mean, he's got passport. He likes the lycra in it. He likes the lycra lately. Is nothing wrong in that, Alex? Susan, you've got it all to look forward to, dear. Oh, you can just see it now. Oh, yes, we'll get the bucket and the mop. Don't you worry. Are they going, Susan? Are your ovaries going? Oh, I think you better turn off the lights, Susan. You better. You don't want an electrocution, do you? Anyway, we're definitely off now because we're descending into chaos. I mean, Lee is.
Come on, man. Where are you going, Alex? Where are you going?
Quick, somebody phone the ambulance for Lee. Anyway, we're gonna go now. We really are, Jason, we love you, Jason. He's having fun over there too. No, we're not going to go there. Anyway, see you next time. Look after yourself. Hit that subscribe button. Tell us what you think about Flash Gordon, and we'll see you next time.